Hello, this is Barton from Barton LTD, here with our latest installment on how to make a line of designer jewelry. In the last episode we covered how to cut out an R.T.V silicone rubber mold. Now we'll inject that mold and invest the wax. We'll take our Geschwine wax injector, which is heated up to 180 degrees, full of wax, connected to air pressure. There are also hand pumps. There's many different versions of this. This is the one I like to use. Against there, and that injects the wax into it, and then I like to put my finger over the top hole so that it doesn't affect the space of the model, so that it doesn't shrink. When it's cooling, everything draws, and that could cause some problems if you don't close that hole. It's kind of hot on your finger, but if you're making any kind of jewelry for any kind of amount of time, you should have some calluses built up on your finger by now. It shouldn't burn you too bad. It's a funny story. While we were in when I was in jewelry school, see the wax stuck on there. When I was in jewelry school, we had a line of these machines. While we're waiting for this to cool, we can talk a little. We had a line of these machines, and we'd all stand next to them, and when you got an overflow of wax into your hand, we would sometimes reach over and just apply that wax to our neighbor's arm. That's one of those, don't try this at home, but it's pretty hilarious, and it always interrupted your neighbor, and then he messed up his wax or she messed up her wax, and you could laugh and they'd be behind on their project like we all always are. Here's the wax. Maybe it's cool by now. You know this, if you've done this before, it takes a little while for these things to cool, and then if you pop this open too early, you're not going to get a good model. It's going to roll your edges. It's going to cause lots of different problems. So a lot of times I just set these aside, and then when they're cooled off, but then I wouldn't have time to tell you those fun PJC jewelry school stories, which is now Texas Institute of Jewelry Technology, but 100 years ago when I went there, it was Paris Junior College, and still is a division of Paris Junior College. Let me open this up. I'm going to pull the wax out now and see what we got. That's a nice model. A little flashing around it, but you can tell as soon as we pick that off that we have a very nice ivy leaf wax, and that we'll be taking that and investing it in our next episode. And we'll probably be hooked to this one. So don't burn yourself on this wax, and hang on, because we're going to switch right over and invest this back.